Hey everybody, it's David the Cartoon Guy, and I've got a somewhat different video than what I usually do. I'm going to go over my wish list for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Let's get started. One character that I would definitely like to see make their way into the game is Mr. Krabs. Mainly because Mr. Krabs is one of two main characters from SpongeBob that we haven't seen yet. I mean, we know we got SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and Squidward. I'd imagine they all be coming back. But I'm really hoping for Mr. Krabs because I think it would be a really fun character to fight as. What with his big, meaty claws. What did you say, punk? Nothing, Mr. Krabs. That's what I thought. Yes, and honestly, I think Mr. Krabs would have a pretty interesting moveset. For one thing, that swordfish skull that he had in the episode One Krabs Trash that he uses to tear apart the other skeletons, I feel like that would be a pretty fun move for him. Also, maybe he could, throw a bag of money or something like that. Although, the question is, if Mr. Krabs does get in the game, will they get Clancy Brown to voice him? Let's hope so. Now, if you remember, I said Mr. Krabs is one of two main SpongeBob characters that we haven't seen in the game yet. Well, Plankton is another character that I would definitely like to see. Now, if you recall from my What If Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 had a story mode video, I mentioned Plankton as being one of the main villains, but from the looks of it, it looks like Vlad is going to be the sole main antagonist for the story mode. But I still think Plankton would be a very fun additional villain character to have, mainly because it's Plankton, and, I mean, we'd obviously have him in, a robotic suit, because, he's teeny tiny Plankton. I know I already gone over this, but still, I would just love to see Plankton. I mean, Plankton is, without a doubt, my favorite Nickelodeon villain of all time. And I would just really love to see him. Plus, I mean, if Mr. Krabs gets in the game, Plankton would be great for it too, because they're rivals. I honestly would love to see that. This next character is a bit of an odd choice, but I just think would be really fun. Stu Pickles from Rugrats. Now, the main reason I would love to see Stu join the game is because I love Rugrats, and honestly, I feel like Stu would be a pretty great character because he's an inventor, so some of his attacks could involve his different inventions that he's had throughout the show. Like, one of his attacks is that he sends a Mr. Friend toy out, similar to how Zim sends Gurr in his moveset. And again, I honestly, next to Grandpa, Stu is probably my favorite adult character on the show. I would just love to see Stu. I would love to see more Rugrats representation because I love Rugrats. I mean, I know the Rugrats themselves probably aren't going to be in it, but still, I think it would be good to have another character from Rugrats besides Reptar. Alright, I know what a lot of you are probably going to say, Nelvana. Yes, I am very well aware that Nelvana probably won't allow this, but still, I would just love to see Timmy join the game. And I know I'm not the only one who would love to see it. And again, Timmy, I think, would have such an amazing moveset because he can have Cosmo and Wanda transform into different weapons for him to use for each of his attacks. Again, I know Nelvana is the problem with this, but still, I know I'm not alone in this. Nelvana, please, let them put Timmy in the game. Alright, another character that doesn't seem very likely, but I just still would love to see is Dudley Puppy. I know a lot of people are asking for Kitty Catswell, but honestly, I kind of just want to see Dudley himself in the game, given how he is the main character of the show. And, I mean, since he's a secret agent, he could have a bunch of different secret agent weapons as a part of his moveset. Maybe one of his attacks could involve the laser boomerang from the episode Doommates. Or, hey, maybe one of his attacks can involve those two little blasters that he has in the picture that I'm showing you right now. But, yeah, I mean, I love Tough Puppy, and I would just love to see some Tough Puppy representation in this game, because the only Nicktoons game to ever feature Tough Puppy was Nicktoons MLB, and that kind of makes me sad. Hey, Arnold's another character that I definitely want to see in the game. Now, I know that we had Helga in the first game, but I just would really love to see Arnold, mainly for the same reason as Dudley, because he is the main character of the show. I mean, the name of the show is Hey Arnold, so it makes sense. But yeah, Arnold's just one of my favorite Nickelodeon characters, and I would definitely love to see him join the game. I'm not sure what his moveset would be like. I mean, he could probably use a baseball bat, but the problem is that's already a part of Helga's moveset. I'm not really sure if there's anything else. Still, I would just really love to see Arnold join the game. Rudy to Booty. I am very well aware that it doesn't seem very likely that we'll ever see Chalk Zone again. Technically, we never saw Chalk Zone in any Nickelodeon game at all, unless you count the Rudy to Booty Master Model from Nicktoons Attack of the Toybots. But honestly, I feel like Chalk Zone is like the truly most underrated Nicktoon from the 2000s. And like the same reason, the same thing with Timmy, like how he can have Cosmo and Wanda turn into any weapon. Rudy can use the chalk to make any weapon. Or maybe he could just use the chalk itself. I would just really love to see Rudy to Booty, or maybe even Snap, but honestly, I just want Chalk Zone in the game, much like with Tough Puppy. Now, I have heard that some characters are going to be cut from the second game, and there is one specific character that I would like them to keep. Now, personally, I really don't want them to cut any characters at all, but if I had to pick one character to keep, it would have to be CatDog. The reason I said CatDog is because I didn't see them anywhere in the trailer for the game. I mean, I think there is that one scene where the characters are fighting on CatDog's house, but that was from the first game, so that doesn't really get my hopes up high that CatDog will return. But I'm hoping that they do, because CatDog is one of my favorite Nicktoons, and CatDog was one of my favorite characters to play as from the first game. And, I mean, I would really just want to keep these two in the game. Please. But anyways, that is pretty much all of the characters that I would personally like to see join Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Also, let me know if there are any characters that you guys would want to see join Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. And if there's a specific character that you think that they should keep that hasn't been seen yet. I'll see you soon.